Hello everyone, welcome back to Bailey's Everything Babbles, and if you're new, hi, I'm Bailey. Today we have some school vibes going on because I'm going to be telling you how to succeed in school and get great grades without even being that smart. I've always had really good grades and I'm honestly not that smart, okay? And I'm going to be giving you tips on how to do that because it seems impossible sometimes. But trust me, you can do it, especially if you start using these tips. But let's get straight into the video. I'm sure you're so excited to hear about school. Also, this is my first time filming on my new phone. It's an iPhone 14 Pro, and it was my mom's phone, but she gave it to me because she got a new phone. So now I have this. We're gonna have so many memories together, okay, phone? Okay. My first tip in succeeding in school is appreciating school. Now you might be like, how's that gonna help me? Well, I feel like a lot of us take school for granted, and it really is so amazing that we have a place to go to learn. And a lot of these teachers are so amazing and they don't even get paid that much, and we should just really acknowledge that and appreciate them. And once we do that, we can kind of start giving school and teachers like the benefit of the doubt. And instead of just hating school, you can actually just appreciate it, and then you'll kind of like doing it just a little bit more. Okay, tip number 2, write your schedule down, okay? I have this extra notebook and I just write down my schedule for the week. My teachers post these things on Google Classroom called like playlists. And it's basically my whole weekly schedule of like what we're doing. And it's so helpful. If your teachers don't do that, you have like Google Classroom or something, you can look on there to like see if they've posted anything. I feel like maybe a lot of teachers don't do that, but I'm so lucky that my teachers do that. And if your teachers do that, take advantage of it, write it down, okay? And it's so cute because you can light some candles, get your cute pen and highlighters, and then just write like a cute little schedule in your notebook. And I think it's just so great, especially if you have a cute notebook. I mean, look at this. Target, by the way. Tip number 3, listen, okay? It is so easy to just zone out. And for me, I start listening like too much to the point where I like go off on other tangents in my brain where I'm like thinking about the most random things, and like in my head I'm like, oh yeah, this is like this, and that's what he's saying, that's what she's doing, blah blah blah, and then somehow I'll end up thinking about like purple dogs or something. Like, I don't even know. But just try to stay locked in, try to focus on what they're saying. And another thing that I like to do is like I like to write down like everything that they say, okay? Obviously not like everything, but like everything that they are explaining, I like to write it down, especially in math class. For me, English and like history is super easy. I just like listen to the stories, I like do the little activities or whatever. But math and science, I really need to like listen, write down everything that they say so that I understand. In math class, we have like guided notes, but I like to go off on like a scrap piece of paper and write down my own notes. And I basically just write all the problems and then I solve them like with my math teacher as he's going along with the guided notes. But I write down like everything that he says and then like how to explain it like in my own words kind of to make it make sense for me. And then when I have like a math quiz coming up, I just study that and it makes so much more sense. Number 4, be respectful to the teachers. Be nice, listen. It gets you a long way, okay? If you are not a troublemaker, they will like you a lot, okay? Doesn't mean you have to be like a teacher's pet or anything, but just like be quiet, be respectful, listen, don't be too talkative. I like you a lot because it shows that you respect them, but also make sure you ask questions. Teachers don't want you to be completely silent the whole class. So if you have a question, ask the question. Even if you think it sounds like kind of stupid, just ask it because they like it, okay? And they're gonna love explaining it to you. They went to college for like a bunch of years and they didn't do that for no reason. They know a bunch of stuff and they want you to ask them questions. Number 5, talk to your teachers if you have a bad grade. Let's say you got a really low score on a test or an assignment or whatever it is, and you need either extra credit or you need to retake it. Just talk to them, okay? Because it shows that you care, and when teachers know that you care about your grades, they automatically like you more. And in the past, I've done this, and every time, my grade has gone up. One year, I did not like my grade. I think I had like a C, and I asked her, I was like, is there anything I could do for like extra credit, or like I could retake something? And she was like, I don't know, I don't think you can really do that. Like, they're not really doing extra credit stuff anymore. But she was like, I'm gonna go in and like check your grades again. The next day, I had like a B+. And no, I did not know this teacher personally. I just went to her and I talked to her about my grade, and she was like, let me see what I can do. Number 6, hang out with people who care about their grades. People who just simply don't care will make you not care, honestly. Like, you start thinking that way too. It has happened to me before. Like, I've been friends with people who just were like, I don't care. And then I start to get in that mindset and I'm like, no, I have to care. You have to care. You might not even be smart, but you have to care, and you have to want your grades to be good, or else they're just not going to be good. You have to put in the hours. You have to do the work. You have to do good, okay? You have to care. Number 7, do your work. Turn your work in. Do it on time, okay? Most teachers give you a pretty good amount of time to do your work. Do it. Get it done. Turn it in. It's literally so easy. All you have to do is do your work. I know in a lot of grades, they mainly just grade you on like completion. In 8th grade, which is what I'm in, they grade you on like if you're right or wrong. Like if you get a question wrong, that's a point off. It's not just completion. It is actually like, is your work good? But in grades lower, they do look at that, but a lot of the times it is just kind of like completion. So yeah. Number 8, this one's gonna sound like really bad, but use Google sometimes. Honestly, okay? Not in the way that you're thinking. I'm not gonna Google my answers on my homework and then just write it, okay? Sometimes at the end of the day, after I'm done with all my classes and I go home to do my homework, I can't remember for the life of me what was going on in math class like 2 hours ago. So I use Google Image and I just take a picture of my homework, and then it does give me the answer, but I read how to do it and I try to solve it first, and then I match answers with Google, and then I try to just like figure it out, you know? Along with Googling, also watch videos. There's like so many YouTube videos on how to do math. Like any math that you have, anything for science, reading, history, whatever, there's probably a video on it. So watch it. I mainly do this for math because math is like really hard this year and I'm just not the best at it. And so is science. So science and math are the ones that I'm really watching videos on, reading about, all this stuff. Watching videos is definitely very fun because it's super easy. You don't really have to do anything. My candles are so pretty. Number 10, use vocabulary, okay? You have to learn the vocabulary and use the vocabulary. So like, let's say we're gonna go for like science and math class. Use the correct vocabulary when you're answering like a question, like when you raise your hand to answer a question. Use the vocabulary, learn the vocabulary, and then be able to use it in that, because one, it makes you sound so much smarter and the teachers are gonna think that you understand. And once you start using those vocabulary words like in your sentences when you're answering questions, it kind of like makes more sense to you and you'll be able to remember them on tests and quizzes. That one is a really important tip and it's very, very helpful. Number 11, read the rubrics. Sometimes for projects and like essays and all that kind of stuff, teachers have rubrics of how they're grading you. So read that and then apply that to your project, and it's literally so easy. You just have to check off the things on the rubric and be like, okay, that is literally an A. Like for an essay that I just had to do in English class, she posted a rubric, and so I read it and I figured out like everything that I needed to add, and then I added it into my essay. And then also I did write a few extra paragraphs just because I couldn't like stop myself from writing, and I ended up with an 18 out of 16, like over an A, okay? So reading the rubrics and then sometimes even going above the rubric if you can, gets you a very good grade. Number 12, think, okay? Your brain has to be on all of the time. Always have like a list in your head of what you need to do, what needs to be turned in, but also you will probably forget, so always write it down. I can't stress this enough. Write it down. Write it down. Make a cute little to-do list. Do it, okay? But always keep in your head, I keep sticky notes in my little Chromebook case. In each class, if I have homework, I write it down. If there's something I need to do, I write it down. I stick them to my computer, like next to like where the mouse is, and then I look at it every time I open my Chromebook. But like thinking, you really need to like think and overthink for some things. Like when you're thinking about what you need to do for a certain class, English class, don't be like, no, I don't have anything to do. Be like, okay, what did I do? What did we do in class? What did she say we needed to do? What? And like just really overthink it, and then you'll be like, oh right, I need to do that. When you're trying to remember what to bring to a class, there's been multiple times when I was like, okay, what do I need to bring to math class? Let's see, I need my binder, I need that. I think I should probably bring my folder. No, I don't need my folder. Oh, guess what? I get to math class, I need my folder because that's where my homework is. And now I have to go back to my locker to grab my homework so that he can check it and so I can get a grade. And that shows the teachers that like you're not really like responsible and you're not really like thinking about what to bring to class. So always just overthink it a minute. Just be like, okay, do I need my folder? Wait, let me think. I think I do need my folder. I'm probably gonna need that because I'm gonna have to do the homework check. And then there's been times that I was like, everything I need, and I'm like, okay, perfect, I got everything. And then I start walking, and then I remember I forgot my calculator. Then I have to use his crusty, dusty, musty calculators. I don't want that. So yeah, overthink when it comes to being prepared. Number 13, on Friday, you are not off the hook, okay? You might still have homework, okay? And you gotta think too, sometimes teachers will make stuff due on like Friday and you'll think, oh, I'll just do it over the weekend and then turn it in. Like especially if it's like online work, you'll just be like, okay, I'm just gonna do that over the weekend. When really, it's due on Friday. Then you get a big fat 0. So if you have homework on Friday, always do it. Just do it, get it over with. So then you can enjoy your weekend and also you're not stressing about something. And then even throughout like Saturday and Sunday, I do still check my grades. I do still check Google Classroom and everything just to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Number 14, only take mental health days when they are totally necessary. Because sometimes when you take a day off of school for a mental health day, it makes life so much harder because the next day it's actually even more stress because you have to go ask all your teachers which stuff you missed, and then you have to go back and do all the stuff that you missed the day before and the stuff that you're doing today. It's a lot of work. Rather than just going to school, getting it done, and then coming home and like being relaxed, you know? Good to take a mental health day when you absolutely need it. Because I've learned from experience that it is a total pain to take a mental health day. Because you don't really think about the next day and how much work that's going to be. After taking one mental health day, going back to school and doing 2 days of work, I need like a year off. So once again, really think, is this a good idea even? Lastly, number 15, always think about your future self. I know so many people are going to say live in the present, but also think about your future self, okay? Don't just push off work to your future self. Think, is my future self going to want to do this? Or is my future self going to thank me because I did it now, you know? In other words, do favors for your future self. First of all, it totally changes your mindset into thinking that your future self is a whole different person and that they're going to thank you. It's kind of weird, but it really helps and it makes you want to do something nice for them, I guess. But yeah, just get your work done so that your future self doesn't have to worry about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. And just to let you know, you are so smart and you can do stuff. I know this video is called How to Do Good in School Without Being Entirely Smart, and that's true, yeah. But more so like how to get good grades without understanding a certain topic. You are smart, you can do it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you're not smart, and don't tell yourself that you're not smart because you will become what you think, okay? I think you can do it if you put the work in and if you just really try to care. It's tough out here, but you can do it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you try out these tips, and I really hope you have an amazing school year. I know you will. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love seeing your guys' comments. Please comment down below which videos you want to see next, and which tips you're definitely going to try out to have an amazing school year. But I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!